What's going on, beautiful people of the internet? My name is obviously Grim, and today we're going to be talking about everything you need to do to get a good fresh start in Mortal Online 2 in 2022. Now let's go ahead and get into it. Starting off, the very first thing you're going to want to do once you get to Haven is get this reading book. You need a book to learn how to read good. I know it seems obnoxious, but you need it. So go to this librarian and buy the book. Now you may be wondering how you're going to get to that librarian. Well, just follow my steps here and you're going to be able to find it. So you have the vegetable patch right there. This is right where you spawn when you first get into Haven. You have the Haven Mentor. You have this stage. You have the bow crafting table, armor crafting table. So if you know where to find those, you can find where this library is. So you're going to come to this little spot. You're going to look at this stage. You're going to walk past it. You're going to go right past this wheelbarrow, past these houses, and if you look ahead of us right there, that building is the library. You can even see the sign for it right there. And this is the common librarian. This is who sells that book. So you're going to go ahead and go trade with them, scroll down, and you're going to go ahead and buy that reading book. And that brings us to our next step. Books. Mortal Online 2 has a ton of books. It's actually probably one of the most daunting things about the game, the sheer amount of books that they have that you need to be reading. They have books on everything. It does not matter what you want to do in this game, there is a book on it that you could be passively learning from. So for example, if you want to be a beast tamer, there's a book on that. There's several books on it, as a matter of fact, that you probably should read. But the cool thing about this is it's passive skill gaining. So it does not matter what you're doing. You could be passively gaining a skill while you're doing something else. You could be fighting somebody and learning how to tame a beast. Like I was mentioning before, you could be learning how to do that while you're doing something else. And on top of that, you learn that skill while you are offline as well, so long as that book is attached to your character. You are passively gaining a skill while you're offline. That makes books probably one of the most important things in the game. So most definitely go out, make some money while you're here in Haven, and find the book that you want to use and buy it. Attach it to yourself, and then go about doing the tutorial, learn how to fight, whatever you want to do here in Haven. Learn from a book while you're doing it. Books are extremely important. Now that brings us to our next step, how to make money. This is actually very important, and there's a lot of guides that tell you to do exactly what I'm doing here, collecting these vegetables. Now this is a good way to make money. They regrow, they repopulate, so why wouldn't this be the only source? Well, because everyone knows about them. That is where everyone goes, and it's going to be contested a lot. So there's not going to be as much for you to collect. There's just not. But have no fear. I actually have another way right here in town that you could be making money on top of the vegetables that you are able to collect. And that's these Maryland roses. These little bushes with the red flowers that are looking like rose bushes, they are everywhere. They're all over the town. I'm not sure why other people do not tell you to actually go and collect these, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm probably going to kick myself because it's one of my main sources of money. I mean, they give you right around the same amount of money you would get from a stack of vegetables, but they are right here in town. They're free to grab, and you can get them on top of the vegetables that you are able to collect while other people are collecting the vegetables. They are quite literally everywhere. You can also go outside and collect flowers and bushes right outside that you can sell as well. That is going to be another source of income that you can get while you're running around doing the tutorial. So definitely go around and collect flowers that you can while you're doing the tutorial, or whatever else you're going to be doing. The next one is going to be killing some pigs. Yeah, they are right outside of town. You can find them. Other people do it as well, so you might not always find them, but they are a good source of money. So definitely go out, hunt down those pigs that are right there while you're collecting flowers. The next source of income that you're going to want to actually take a look at are these Walking Dead. Now, I'm not sure how they were able to use the Walking Dead name, but that's neither here nor there. The reason these are so important is because you can get a ton of money from them. The issue is that it's part of the tutorial to come here and fight these things. So there are going to be other people here, and there's a good chance that those guys are going to try and take what drops from what you kill. So you might be asking, well, Grim, why are you even telling me about this? Well, they seem to skip over the most lucrative part of these guys. They always try and grab the head, they always try and grab the coins, but as you can see here, there's a bunch of bags just lying around. And what's left in them is the most lucrative part, so you don't even have to fight these things if you don't want to. You can skip over fighting them and just come in and pick up 3 of these Walking Dead carcasses. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go and butcher them in your inventory. And as you can see there, you got some bone tissue as well as a mulch. I'm not sure. Oh no, enamel. That is their teeth. I just realized what that was. But you get those 2 things. The bone tissue is the most important part, but go ahead and take the teeth as well and bring them to this graveyard vendor, which is right outside the graveyard. And as you can see, just from the bone tissue, I got 52 silver and 44 copper. Why do people leave these behind? I'm probably going to kick myself for telling you guys this because there's going to be a bunch more people taking it at this point. But as you can see, the head only gives you 10. So the bone tissue is the most important part, and yet for some reason, people just skip over taking it. I'm guessing it's because of the weight, but that doesn't matter because you get 52 silver from it, man. The next most important thing on the list is combat. Combat, next to learning how to read, is probably the most important thing. It depends on what you want to do. It could be the most important thing. It could be the second most important thing next to reading, but combat is important. Most people want to jump right into going to a bandit camp because they've played other games where they just go in and hack and slash and they're good. But without a partner, these bandits are going to mess you up. And even if you have a partner and he's not good, they're still going to mess you up. You really need to learn how to fight before you even think about taking on the bandits. Where you're going to do that is in the graveyard. These guys are slow. They lead their shots. You can dodge them. This is the place where you want to learn how to fight. That's why it's in the tutorial. I mean, you can see this guy is holding out his hands where he's going to throw his hands forward, and I can block it or dodge it. I even had a chance to correct the dodge there. This is the best place to learn how to fight. Especially if you want to be somebody who's going to be going hand-to-hand combat directly in the front lines. The Walking Dead are easy, and like I said before, you can make a good amount of money while you're here as well to buy more books to learn from. So definitely learn to fight here in the crypts. The next thing I'm going to talk to you guys about is the tutorial. I know this is kind of annoying to walk through, but it is actually worth it. Most people find it annoying because they've done this a million times in games, right? But Mortal Online 2 is an exception in that category because there is a ton of information you need to know that you're not going to know if you don't do this. You're going to learn things that you didn't even know were in the game. For instance, why would you need cotton to craft a sword? What part of a sword is cotton going to be part of? This tutorial will walk you through that. Can you use bone to make a sword? Hell yes, you can. This tutorial will give you the opportunity to experiment and see if you can put things in other things and make things. To put it bluntly, this tutorial was well made. It is worth going through, and you will be a better player coming out the other end of it if you just walk through it. So don't skip it. The next thing I'm going to talk to you guys about is Haven itself. I know it seems far-fetched when I say this, but it really is the perfect new player resource. Take every single thing that I mentioned to you before in this video. The books, the ways to make money, all the Walking Dead, the bandits. When you add to that there are trainers here to teach you every single thing you need to know. When I say teach you, I mean they're going to give you skill points. Every single trainer here will give you skill points when you talk to them. When you add all of that with everything that I mentioned before, it really makes this the perfect new player experience. So don't be like this guy trying to chop down a tree with a freaking sword. Actually utilize the shops, utilize the trainers, and you will be better when you come out the other end. I promise you. So that's it. That is my beginner guide to Mortal Online 2. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and hit the bell icon. Other than that, I hope all you happy little souls have a great rest of your day. I will see you in the next one.